By default, there are a number of environments in Packet Tracer. We can change their behavior or add our own custom environment. In this presentation, we will change the environment and watch it change per container. A keyframe in the environment is a point on time where environmental changes are made. Environmental time is a single day in a 24-hour cycle. Container is a term we use to refer to a city, building, or any other area you create in physical mode. A cluster could be considered a container, but unless it is inside a physical container, it will not react to a specific container environment. Objects that we call things cause environmental changes. Examples are a heater or an AC unit. These are the simple steps for adding a keyframe. The ambient temperature is set up where it's 0 degrees Celsius until 6 a.m. before increasing to 24 degrees Celsius at noon. This is a typical winter schedule. Let's change it to look something like the summer. We can add more keyframe points if we need to by double-clicking on the line. Or remove the keyframe by double-clicking on the point if we've made a mistake. Let the environment run for a few minutes before making changes. We can add more keyframe points if we need to by double-clicking on the line, or remove the keyframe again by double-clicking on the point if we've made a mistake. Final step, watch your keyframe change over time. Let's talk about time. To demonstrate that the environment changes over time, we will use the graph in the environment. We will use ambient temperature as our environmental element. Notice that the chart that occurs in the bottom of the window. You can adjust this per time by selecting the zoom component to see what changes occur. Be sure to let Packet Tracer run for a while so that you can use the full zoom. Transference. This is an example of how transference is factored into Packet Tracer environment. To customize the keyframes even more, use Advanced mode. Click on Edit, then the Advanced tab. Simulation time by default assigns 1 second to 30 minutes real time. If you assign a larger number of minutes, the simulated environment changes faster. If you decrease the minutes, it will slow down. You can select a time of day to add a keyframe and how long the keyframe should have its effect. If you have created an environment that you like, you can export it and then import it into their PT files. Note the environment you create in a PKA or PKT is saved for that file. Add notes or directions for your students so they can then make their own changes to compare against the sensors in an activity. Select each element and make changes to initial value and transference between containers. Let's change the keyframes in this Smart House file. I selected the Edit button, then went to the Advanced tab. Then I adjusted the time to 6 a.m., then clicked on the Add Keyframe button. I set the initial value of the temperature to 11 degrees. Once I hit return in the temperature box, the keyframe has been made and is active for the Smart Home file. The changes will not become part of the PKT file until a save is performed. Once you start a new file, the default environment is loaded back again. Keyframes are features in Packet Tracer 7.0 that allow the user to see how an IoT device or sensor will react to the environmental changes. There are two ways to change the environment by using keyframes. The Graph tool allows you to see the changes over a 24-hour cycle and makes it easy to create keyframes on the graph. Advanced mode allows customized keyframes along the timeline.